Emporium. In the Philippines, I want to say magandang umaga ho sa inyo lahat. And for the people in the US watching this live at the Emporium, good evening, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to at least check it out. Check us out. Emporium is a unique US-based, the first of its kind. Okay, the first of its kind. It's a Philippine-made and inspired product showroom and global business center. And its purpose is to create awareness as well as sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, services, and investments in the US market. And Emporium is actually a physical place. Like I said, that's where I'm at right now. It's located at 3250 Wilshire Boulevard, number 602 in Los Angeles, California. So if you want to come and visit, please do so. We welcome you. Just go ahead and let us know when you're coming. Thank you. But what the Live Emporium is, this is one of the tools that we use to create the awareness, the sales opportunities by people watching, and hopefully organically, or what we're doing on social media is reaching other people. And I think it is. At the end of the day, what we want is that awareness creation. Okay, so that's what Live at the Emporium is. And today it is packed full of amazing stuff. Hi, everyone. Now, join us now for an exclusive 1-hour live stream as we take you behind the scenes of this highly anticipated event called the Philippine Coffee Revolution in San Diego. We are going to meet our esteemed guest, the Honorary Philippine Consul in San Diego, and the Philippine Consul Department of Foreign Affairs in Los Angeles, and the Philippine Trade Commissioner of the Philippine Trade and Investment Center in Los Angeles. And last but not least, of course, along with the visionary owner of a prominent U.S.-based Philippine coffee company. Needless to say, it's going to be an amazing group of people talking to you about this Philippine Coffee Revolution. We want you to discover the captivating journey that celebrates the rich heritage and the innovation of Philippine coffee. And it's unfolding in this exciting event this coming Saturday. Please mark this. Please mark it. August 12, 2023 starting at 10 a.m. in National City, and that's in San Diego. We don't want you to miss it. Now, if you love coffee, don't miss it. If you love the Philippines, don't miss it. If you love both, definitely not miss it. Because why? Because not only will you be proud, but your taste buds will thank you for when you taste this amazing coffee from the Philippines, bold and flavorful. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ferdinand Soriano, and I am the co-host, or I should say co-founder of Emporium, a US-based Philippine-made and inspired product showroom and global business center. And its purpose is to create awareness and sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, services, and investments in the U.S. market. And we're excited to have this event, coming up to promote it. And that's what we do. We try to create this awareness. But most importantly, we want you to be aware that when we say awareness, it's not just about trying to tell everybody about the product, but we're trying to create sales opportunities for Philippine manufacturers, as well as, budding entrepreneurs here who believe in Philippine-made products. We want to teach them how to bring the products here and create this livelihood, but not only just livelihood for Philippine manufacturers, but for people here in the Philippines, in the U.S. So with that being said, everyone, I'm excited to have this event today to talk a little bit about what's behind the scenes of creating this Philippine Coffee Revolution. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. Now, before we meet the Philippine Coffee Revolution team, I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about the supporters of Emporium. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick break to tell you before we introduce our first guest, okay? So before we even do that again, if you're watching this live stream, if you're watching it in the Philippines, fantastic. Go ahead and let us know where you're watching it. And if you're watching it in the US, please let us know. So this way we can kind of get an idea if we're reaching a lot of the people that we want to reach. And, we love your feedback. So if you have anything about the show, the Emporium, anything, just put it in the chat box. We'd love to promote you, talk about you, to, go ahead and feature the questions that you're going to have, because a lot of people may be thinking the same thing. So go ahead and please put, your question in the chat box, as well as if you're promoting a business, go ahead and do that. Okay. With that being said, let's take a quick break and let's hear from one of the supporters of Emporium. This is a company called Terra Philippines. Amazing, amazing products. Welcome back, everybody. And if you don't know what you're watching, you are watching the Philippine Coffee Revolution San Diego, the backstory. This is sort of like behind the scenes of why this event coming up this coming Saturday in National City in San Diego, California, why it was put together. And I'm not just the one telling you the story. We have some very, prominent guests who will be talking a little bit about that. But I sort of told our first guest to just sort of give us your experience about Philippine coffee, give us your feedback about San Diego, give us your feedback about what it means to, he just recently visited the Philippines, so he's got a lot of stories, but he thinks that there's not enough to tell. But I think he does. So without further delay, let me go ahead and introduce you to our first guest. Okay, so our first guest is he's a prominent lawyer. I just want to make sure that I mentioned that he's a prominent lawyer in San Diego. He's personable, and he's also a very dedicated community leader and a big fan of a great cup of coffee. So without further pomp and circumstances and introduction, because I don't think he likes all of that, let me just go ahead and bring on the honorary consul of San Diego, of the Philippines in San Diego. Please welcome Audie De Castro. Audie!
Hello, Ferdinand. How are you?
I'm excited because now you're here. I've been wanting to get you on live stream, and now you're here. So I just want you to sort of, start off, get off the gates and just talk about what you want to talk about. Like I told you before we went on the show, talk about whatever you want. At the end of the day, I just hope that, you get to share some of your stories about Philippines, your coffee. I know you recently went on a trip, right? So why don't we get right to it?
Well, thank you very much, Ferdinand, for the kind introduction. Well, first of all, let me just say this. I'm a big coffee drinker. And, I currently have basically two jobs. I'm a lawyer and also the consul for the Philippines. So I work a lot. And as a result, I need coffee. And I've been drinking coffee in San Diego and in the Bay Area where I've lived for many years. And like many people, I started off with Starbucks and then started visiting a lot of coffee houses. So I know what kind of coffee I like. I'm very picky about coffee, and I like it served a particular way. Now, I first had a Philippine coffee about in 2014 when I went back to the Philippines. That's when I was sworn in as the consul. And I was sitting in Makati, across from my hotel, the Dusitani, and I found a coffee place, and I had one of the best cups of coffee I ever had. And that's when I was introduced to Philippine coffee. And I was just so amazed because I just never thought of the Philippines up until that point in terms of coffee. I thought of Philippines as San Miguel beer, beautiful beaches, and so forth. But that coffee was so rich, it was so satisfying, it was flavorful, and I just couldn't believe it. And as a matter of fact, when I went back home, I told all my friends about it. Now, I go back every year. This year, I went back twice, and I continue to visit the coffee places in the Philippines. My favorite places are in Makati, but coffee is throughout the country. If you go to the islands, they serve great coffee over there. I'm very excited about this project, this Philippine Coffee Revolution, being brought to San Diego, because let me tell you something about San Diego. First of all, San Diego is starting to catch up with all the other urban areas in terms of selling coffee. So there's a lot of growth potential here. And just as importantly, San Diego has one of the largest Philippine markets in the country. And specifically, this August 12th event that Ferdinand talked about will be in National City, which has one of the highest concentrations of Filipino Americans in the county. We have over 205,000 Filipino Americans in San Diego County. And also, San Diego County is a very diverse city or county. It's very cosmopolitan. It's very receptive to cultures. And I think given the state of our demographics here and the availability of, or the lack of availability of Philippine coffee, I think there's a significant potential to market Philippine coffee in San Diego County as well as Los Angeles. So that's why I'm very excited about this project because number one, as Ferdinand mentioned, I love coffee. Number two, I love the Philippines. But in my role, I love San Diego. So I can't wait for this event on August 12th where we can promote coffee. I look forward to being there and I hope you all join us. So thank you very much, Ferdinand. Uh, I'm sorry, Ferdinand, I can't hear you.
I just put myself on mute for whatever reason. I do that every time we do the live stream. Anyway, no, when I was saying was that when people think of San Diego, there's a lot of different images that why people live in San Diego and why there's so many Filipinos there. And to me, I would the major market in Southern California or in California period is one of them is San Diego. I mean, so many Filipinos, but we're not just talking about Filipinos. There's a lot of coffee drinkers in San Diego. But again, I just wanted you to expand a little bit about, how long you've been a consul in San Diego, because the reason why I asked you as a favor to appear on the live stream is because he's very modest, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he's highly respected in the community, and whether he's going to like me after the show, because I'm telling you all this, that's up to him. But I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that he's very highly respected in the community. He's done a lot for the Filipino community, and for him to do this and help us in the San Diego area, it means a lot. So if you're a Filipino manufacturer right now and you're looking to see where in Southern California you can market the product, San Diego is one of them. And Audie DeCastro is not only, like I said, a very prominent lawyer in the area, but he's also very dedicated to the community. So that's why I wanted to more like after we talk about the coffee, Audie, how long have you been a consul? I think you might have mentioned it, but maybe somebody might have missed it. But again, that's why I asked you. I've seen videos of you. I've seen all the different things that you do in San Diego. And if they see you, you do a lot of amazing things for the community. And this is one of them that you're doing now regarding the Philippine coffee.
Well, thank you for saying that. But let me point out, first of all, thank you for saying I'm doing you a favor, but I appreciate you promoting the country and the country's products, because I think the country really has a lot to offer to the United States market as well as to San Diego. I've been the consul since 2014, so I'm actually entering my fourth term. It's a 3-year term, and I get appointed every 3 years by the Department of Foreign Affairs. So I think one of my roles is to promote Philippine trade and the market. But of course, when I do that, I want to do it with credibility and knowing that whatever we're promoting is gonna be successful. Mm-hmm. And I think coffee is one of those products that can be very successful here. It's a lot easier to ship than our bananas, right? Because honestly, if you've ever had, just going a slight segue here.
Yeah, please.
Philippine bananas it's got to be one of the best bananas I've ever had. Mm-hmm. And I wish we can find a way to market those bananas to San Diego, but I think that the challenge there compared to, say, coffee is shipping it in a container and making sure that it doesn't get overripe compared to the bananas from Ecuador, for example. Mm-hmm. So coffee is a perfect, I think it might be perfectly set up for San Diego. San Diego has a growing market, as I can tell. Like we have Achilles coffee, we have Maestro coffee, we have a lot of, pour over coffees that started to come into play now. I don't want to pretend like I'm a coffee expert. I'm a coffee consumer. So that's how I know all these things.
Well, you just know what you like. At the end of the day, we'll leave it up to the experts, like our next couple of guests. With me too, I drink coffee, but sometimes I feel like I drink it more. I'm starting to learn how to drink coffee by itself, because coffee by itself is actually a healthy drink. It's just all the stuff that people put on it. And, to each his own. I'm just saying coffee in itself is actually a healthy drink.
100%. And let me say this. I've just started to drink coffee black in the last 2 weeks. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, and I'm actually enjoying it more than ever. And I'm feeling good about myself. And
Well,
let me also say this, Ferdinand.
mhm,
To me, coffee is not just the flavor, but it's also about the experience. It's
correct.
experience of first of all experiencing different culture, different types of coffee. But I'm particular about drinking cups of coffee. One of my pet peeves is when these places serve me a coffee in a big, like, I don't want a venti. Okay, I don't want a grande. I want a coffee cup. That's how you serve it. If you go to the Philippines, they will serve coffee in a small white teacup. And that's how
Mhm.
you're supposed to drink coffee because
Well,
you should be
yeah.
sipping it and enjoying it.
Yep. And I think with your experience with Barako coffee or any of the Philippine coffee, because a lot of people don't know that in the Philippines, and I'll let our expert at the end of the hour, by the way, so you got to stick around. If you're watching this now, you got to watch until the end because then true experts will come on. But, as far as the coffee is concerned, Barako coffee in general is bold. I mean, I don't know if people know what it actually means. Barako, everybody will tell you it means wild boar or even stud. So that's like if you like flavorful coffee, then that's your coffee that you're gonna want to taste this coming Saturday, right? Right, Adi?
Yes. And if you add stud to the marketing campaign, you will get more customers. I guarantee you.
Yeah, I'm. You know what? I was teasing Ron that we should all get a tattoo, or at least me. I would just say like wild boar. Like wild boar literally is what I think what Barako means also. So if
Mhm.
I'm wrong, if you're watching me and I'm saying it wrong, it really means something else. Then please tell me because that's what I read in Wikipedia when I was googling this stuff. And I think
Mhm.
it's funny to actually have a brand called Wild Boar or the Stud. That'd be really cool.
I wouldn't be surprised. I First of all, the name sounds very tribal,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that brings a lot of intrigue to the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, as you described it being rich,
Mm-hmm.
that's how you're supposed to drink coffee.
Correct.
That's a good cup of coffee.
I mean, I've been into San Diego. I think I'm envisioning a time when not only is it sold in coffee shops, okay, because obviously specialty coffee shops are popping up and they're doing really well, and hopefully the Philippine manufacturers see this as an opportunity. But I want to see them in restaurants. I want to see them in bakeries, right? I mean,
Oh,
not just Filipino bakeries, right? I mean, there's a lot of bakeries in San Diego, Filipino or otherwise, right?
correct. And you know what? As a matter of fact, even the non-Filipino bakeries and restaurants are starting to serve ube.
Yep.
And what better complement to ube than Philippine coffee?
Yep, I agree.
So um, it's ripe. It's ripe to be a profitable enterprise for any cafe or restaurant wants to sell it. Because,
Hmm.
like I said, people like myself, we want more than just good coffee. We want the experience. Anybody can get a Starbucks coffee at any time,
Hmm.
but the experience is a different is just is really what I go for when I drink the coffee.
I think that you being here on the show today, like I said, adds credibility to the revolution that we're doing with the Philippine coffee because we're doing this in San Diego. Some of the ideas of Consul Maynard, who's going to be on next, will talk about where he wants to go next in trying to promote the Philippine coffee. But since, like I said, we asked you because not only are you a leader in the community, but also an influencer, but San Diego, the areas that could use this product, and the support of your office will definitely help. And I'm thinking if Philippine manufacturers are watching this now, you should be excited because at the end, this is a market that is right for good quality coffee beans or coffee, Barako coffee. And our expert at the end of the show or near the end of the show will tell you more about it. I'd like to think he's the star. I'm not taking away from you, Audie, Consul Maynard, and Eric, but this next the guest, our last guest, would just blow everybody away in his energy and his passion for Barako coffee and the Philippine coffee beans, right? So anyway, it looks like we're getting into a little bit into the end of our segment, but again, I wanted to just maybe dive in a little bit more about maybe the event because I know that you suggested this event because you thought it's going to be a good area for us to have this event because it's sort of conducive to what we want to do. So if you don't mind, can you tell us a little bit about the place where we're going to have the event, Audie?
Sure. Yeah, well, the place is called the Market on 8th Street in National City. And as I mentioned earlier, National City has a very high, one of the highest concentrations of Filipinos in the country, and definitely in the county, the highest. And Market on 8th is located in a gentrifying area of National City, downtown National City. And it was developed by actually a Filipino American family that is basically a market hall. And within the market hall, there's a coffee place called Mo's Coffee. And believe it or not, Mo's Coffee is actually owned by a non-Filipino, but one of the products they serve there is ube cookies. And they also serve, get this, they serve buko pandan Filipinos.
Well, yeah, because you see the reason why, okay, he's not Filipino, but he knows that he has a good market for Filipinos. So I'm a businessman. I want to sell products, and there's a lot of Filipinos in the area. And why not? That's what I'm saying, that the influence in the San Diego area is immense.
Right. And you got to try, if you're there, you must try his buko pandan coffee. It is one of the best coffees I ever had. Okay. Now, you'll have to jump on a treadmill after you drink it, but it is delicious. But
Yeah.
but what I was saying about the location, it's in a perfect location for this. It's spacious. There's it's a growing area for Filipinos and Filipino American businesses. If you go to National City, you will think you're in Manila in some parts of National City.
That's pretty cool. So we need to hype up his place. So say whatever you want to say about the market. Go ahead and where again. I have the location there.
Right.
It's Market on 8th.
Market on 8th.
In National City, and I want to publicly thank him, the owners. I don't know if it's him or her or both, right?
Well, the owners are the Tubao family.
Great.
They
Thank you.
are a developer, real estate development company. They own quite a bit of property in National City and throughout San Diego County. But let me say what they've done with the Market on 8th. They have used that project to essentially change the landscape of downtown National City. Once they built that, all the values of the properties nearby just appreciated. There is residential, there's mixed use residences being built. There's actually like almost a mini high rise being built. And it's really just transformed National City. And as a matter of fact, there is a coffee kitchen, I guess you can call it, being built about a block away from the same market. So that whole area has basically been transformed and basically gentrified without affecting the neighborhood adversely at all. I mean, I would say one of the impacts is parking, but that always goes with the territory. When you improve areas, parking becomes more of an issue there. But you will really enjoy that. If you visit us on August 12th and attend the event, you will not just enjoy our coffee, but you will enjoy the experience of being at the market.
Oh yeah, they should all check out a website. Very cozy, very earthy in some of the areas that they have, and I think it's just conducive to what we're trying to do, and I'm excited to have it there, Audie. So thank you so much for suggesting the venue. And again, we could have picked the place, but that is actually perfect. Thank you again for that, and thank you, Market Street. Okay, so with that being said, I think we're going to stop right here. I know that you have other appointments, but if you can stick around as long as you can, that's fine. If not, we just appreciate you being here, Audie, because again, you put a little bit of a perspective on where the venue is going to be, the opportunities for that. So whoever's watching, whether they're in the Philippines or they're in LA or other places, they really want to try Philippine Barako coffee, then we're excited. And hopefully some of your friends, some of other people that you've invited in the community come and support, but not just to support, but really support in the essence that promote it to the businesses so that they can buy these products, so we can create, sales. At the end, it's not just showing, let's go buy some stuff. Let's get it into people's houses and show that the product can be brought in and it's sustainable, right?
Correct. Well, thank you for having me tonight.
No problem. Thank you. Well, I hope you have a good rest of the evening, Audie, and thank you again for showing up. So before we go to our next segment, I'm going to go ahead and go to our next, supporter of Emporium. Let's go ahead and showcase their products. But again, Audie, thank you so much for appearing, and I hope you have a good rest of the night.
Maraming salamat po.
And we're back, and I'm excited to continue our live stream. This is the live stream called, well, it's an Emporium, Live at the Emporium special edition. And this particular live stream or live, event is we're doing, or what's called the Philippine Coffee Revolution. Again, it's the Philippine Coffee Revolution, San Diego, the backstory. And what the purpose of why we're doing this live stream is really to entice everyone to go to this coming event this Saturday in National City in San Diego. We're excited to put on this event because it's not about just talking about or a coffee tasting event where people can just try coffee all day long. I mean, at the end of the day, what we want to do is we want to create this awareness, but our goal is not just awareness, people. We want to actually sell these products because at the end of the day, nobody says that. We want to sell them. We want them in bakery shops, restaurants, coffee shops. We want them in, like I said, restaurants, not just Filipino restaurant, but we want them in mainstream type of venues. Not this coffee can be enjoyed by anybody. But at the end of the day, the support will be coming from the Filipino community at the end, to promote the product and tell everyone outside of the Filipino community how amazing this product is. And we just had the honorary Philippine consul in San Diego, Audie De Castro, tell you all about San Diego and why San Diego is an amazing place to try to promote Philippine coffee like Barako. Again, I just want to go ahead and acknowledge some of the people that have actually responded. Here's one from May. She is from Global Business Impact. She's watching from my home office in Rialto. Full support ako sa Philippines Coffee Revolution. Mabuhay ang kaping Barako ng Philippines. And then we also have good morning from Cebu, Philippines. They're watching it there now. And for all those Philippine manufacturers watching, this is a great opportunity for you to see what is available and what are the great markets in the U.S. And then lastly, we have November G. Canieso Yao. And she is watching from a company called Home Organic Philippines Plantsville Health. And we are also helping promote their hair products because it's complementary to coffee, because what she promotes is Philippine cinnamon cocoa sugar, which is another unique ingredient that you're going to be hearing more about, because this lady, November, is so passionate about it, just like our guests in our last part of the show. She talks about Philippine cinnamon cocoa sugar like she eats, sleeps, and drinks this stuff all day long because she's so passionate about it and what she's trying to do, not only to sell the product, but also create opportunities as far as livelihoods in the Philippines. So with that being said, let's go on to our next segment of our show. These two, I'm constantly working with them and trying to figure out what type of events or what kind of products we can try to coordinate and bring more awareness to Philippine products. And what I want to say is they both serve the Philippines and its people with dedication and strong commitment to uplift the country and its people through commerce. Okay, one of their roles is to create and develop business opportunities for Philippine products, services, and investments. They too serve with dedication and are deeply connected to the Philam community. Please welcome Consul Maynard Malion and Trade Commissioner Eric Elnar. Gentlemen, how are you?
Hi, Ferdinand. How are you?
Hi, Eric. Hi, Consul Maynard. How are you? You guys are good. You guys came from an event, right? Just a few minutes ago. Maybe you can just touch on that before we actually get into the actual content of your presentation. So, where were you guys at?
We just came from Anaheim Convention Center. They have a coffee convention there today. I think it started yesterday until tomorrow. So me and Eric were there and to see what's happening in the world of coffee here in the U.S. And so we were able to meet with a lot of coffee roasters, coffee producers, coffee shop owners, restaurants, even those who would make coffee cups, personalized stickers, even. Of course, some tea, tea, and some food and pastries for coffee shops. It's an all-out event for coffee,
Well,
and
they
we were glad that we were able to come there.
Well, they didn't call it Anaheim Coffee Fest for nothing, I suppose. I mean, you guys are all coffeeed out. I mean, but at the end of the day, you see the opportunity. So, without further delay, let me go ahead and give you guys the floor, so to speak. Let you talk a little bit about your goals for the Philippine Coffee Revolution, why it's important, what are your directives, so to speak. So, you guys can sort of take turns, because what I wanted to do in this segment is both of you guys just talk, about the reason why you created the Philippine Coffee Revolution. And Eric, I think as far as I would like for you to maybe touch on a little bit about the sources and the sustainability of not just Barako coffee, because I know that sometimes Barako could be seasonal in some degree, but there's other coffee beans in the Philippines that people may not have heard about, and then you have sort of that access in giving people an idea on how to source it. So without further ado, let me go ahead and turn over the camera to both of you guys.
Yeah, I think I go ahead. Yeah. So the Philippine Coffee Revolution is something that we started this year. Amongst the three of us, Eric, and of course Ferdinand. As you know, it really stems from frustration. Frustration in the sense that anytime you go to a coffee shop, you see lots of different coffee varieties, but it's very rare that you find Philippine coffee. Okay, that's the most basic of how I can tell you how it started. We wanted Philippine coffee because we know the variety of coffee that we have. Kapag Barako is well known for Filipinos. This is something that we actually look for wherever we are. So uh, going into the United States, especially here in the West Coast, Los Angeles, where there is a big diaspora of Filipinos, and then finding out that it's very, very, very difficult to even find Philippine coffee, it it really frustrates you. And not only does it frustrate you, but it also, uh, in a positive light, shows you that the market is open for it, right? That you know that there's going to be a ready-made clientele for Philippine coffee that isn't here. So this is what we're trying to do now. Instead of just showcasing it to the clients to drink and taste the wonderful, flavorful coffee, We're offering this event to coffee shop owners, cafes, restaurants, retailers, these enterprises, these establishments, so that they will be able to bring Philippine coffee here. Okay, and what we're also trying to make sure here is that the Philippine Coffee Revolution is not just us trying to tell you to buy Philippine coffee and sell it. Okay, to all the retailers out there, all the coffee shop owners out there, this is not us just try to tell you that this is a good product that you should sell. That's not it. The Philippine Coffee Revolution is a complete support system. We will be supporting your business in our unique ways. Emporium, PTIC, uh, the Philippine Consulate General in Los Angeles. We will be supporting your business in so many ways that it's as if you had a marketing arm, you had a PR firm with you. We will be assisting you in ways that is not as usual to when people try to promote their products. Okay, we will link you to the farmers. You will meet with the cooperative so that you will know who you will be helping. We will make sure that every person that you meet and every organization or company that you deal with are those that are legitimate and can be trusted and can be counted on. Okay, we will help promote you. We'll help promote your business. We'll help promote it to the 950,000 Filipinos in Southern California, 550,000 in Los Angeles alone. We will promote your shop to all of them, and we will tell them that these are the places where you can find Philippine coffee. At the very basic, I think that's it. We were frustrated. We wanted to bring it here, and we are setting up all the mechanisms in order for you to be able to get Philippine coffee here in the US and sell it to the 950,000 Filipinos in Southern California. I think that's it in a nutshell, Ferdinand.
The market is so huge just in Southern California alone that I find that it's staggering the number of opportunities for Philippine coffee. Even if you get a fraction of that, already would create such a lift for the Philippine coffee industry just in that alone. I mean that the revolution, so to speak, starts small, and then we just need people to continue to spread the word, because you can't go wrong with Philippine coffee, not just Barako, but a lot of people don't realize that. But you know what, I want to go to Eric now and let him obviously talk a little bit about the sustainability or the sources and things of that nature in the Philippines, regarding whether it be Barako coffee or it could be any other of the types of coffee beans that are popular in the Philippines. So again, Eric Kilnar is the Philippine Trade Commissioner at the Philippine Trade and Investment Center in Los Angeles. So Eric, can you give us a little bit about? I want you to talk to those people coffee shops who are scared that they think that there may not be enough coffee beans to promote. Tell us a little bit about that, and what is the government and from a trade perspective is trying to do to bring more of that product here. So if you don't mind, can you elaborate a little bit on that for me, Eric?
Yeah, Fernando. Well, first, thank you for having us here. Um, the Philippines, there's a long history in the coffee sector, in the coffee industry, starting from the time when we were under the Spanish. So the Philippines is in the coffee belt. This is area in the world where coffee, grows naturally or grows abundantly. And in the Philippines, we have a unique position where we have all four of the known commercial varieties of coffee growing. So we not only have Arabica and Robusta, but we also have Excelsa and Liberica. And Kapeng Barako is actually, lesser known or the rarer coffee beans, either Robusta or no, Liberica or Excelsa. So we have this long history, and we did not really lose being a coffee producer. It just so happens that our population probably grew faster than what we could produce, and we ended up, importing coffee for our own domestic use. But we still have the local varieties. You know, we have anecdotal. We have stories of like coffee plantations or coffee orchards long forgotten, and people discovering them, and you see single origin coffee, very rare trees growing in a single location. So you have all of the stories. You have this unique sources of coffee from plantations all the way to mountainous areas, mountain highlands, where you would have very unique coffee varieties. We even have what they call kapeng alamid, or civet coffee, which is coffee that went through the digestive tract of an animal. So it gives it a very unique, I would say, taste profile, and it's a unique experience all throughout. So we have this variety, we have this unique beans available. We can have it, we can ship it, green beans for roasting here in the US. We can ship it roasted already, according to how traditionally it is roasted in the Philippines. And just talking about Philippine coffee, you already have, if you buy Philippine coffee, you already have a existing market among the Filipino Americans. Consul Maynard mentioned earlier, total of around 1.3 million Filipinos in our jurisdiction alone in the U.S. Southwest. But if you include all the states in the U.S., you're talking of at least 4 million or 4.2 million Filipino Americans. So that's a ready market for you, and you're not even touching the 330 million, the rest of the U.S. mainstream population. So with everything now, with Filipino food getting the spotlight, with ube, with calamansi, with all of the unique products coming out of the Philippines, Philippine coffee is not far behind. And we hope that with this project, with the Philippine Coffee Revolution, we could help with availability as well as with marketing Philippine coffee here in the U.S. You're on mute.
What your message was is that I wanted you to say to the potentially coffee shop owners, say, we got you, we got the product. It's not just Barako, some other stuff. But I want to go back to Consul Maynard real quick, because I want to go ahead and introduce our last guest, but not the least. But he's the one who's going to sort of anchor our live stream. But before we do that, Consul Maynard, like I said, we're not about just awareness. We're talking about opportunities and sales opportunities. So enlighten us a little bit about your true directive in terms of, let's be real about what we really want to do. So if you can speak a little bit more on that, talk about the what you hope to be able to, create more livelihoods. If you have anything to say in regards to that, let's talk about the sales opportunities for these products, for Philippine coffee.
Yes, Ferdinand, before that, in terms of availability, I just want to touch on it. Uh, Coffee has been categorized as a value crop for the rest of the time that the President Marcos will be president. So for the next few years, it's considered as high value crop. So there's an emphasis by the Department of Agriculture in terms of growing them. Okay, last year, Quezon Coffee Belt was just inaugurated, meaning a big region of the Quezon province, which stretches from Batangas, where Kaping Barako or most of the popular coffees that we're trying to promote are coming from, will be stretched now until Quezon province, which is a location which is um, highly regarded for its crops too. So in terms of quantity, quality, it's already there, and there is a movement to make it even bigger and even more abundant. So I don't think there should be any worry that the coffee is going to be there. Okay, there is already a lot of movement towards promoting Philippine coffee and ensuring that there will be a lot of supply for not only for our market but for a bigger market outside of the Philippines. So uh, we should not worry about, maybe they're worried, this vendors are are thinking that after 3 months there won't be any more coffee coming in, or after 6 months there won't be any more coffee coming in. No. I'm sorry to tell you, but I have to tell you that there are a lot of coffee coming in. They're all in good quality, and we're going to ensure it. Then that's why, again, we're promoting this as a complete support structure, because you already have the support of the government. I'm telling you that there is the support of the government from the consulate alone, from DTI, Department of Agriculture, and even from the cooperatives alone. They're being grown. The coffee that you'll be drinking in the next several years, it's being sown and it's being farmed today. So you should not worry about it. On our part, again, Ferdinand, what are we trying to do here? We're trying to make Southern California a hotbed of Philippine coffee. Okay, you want it to be available in the nice stores, in the nice coffee shops and cafes. If you wanted good quality coffee, you can rely on Philippine coffee, and we've proven this even when the desire to sell to get Philippine coffee is already there. It is because, again, we just came from Anaheim, and I talked to so many roasters there. and all of them are telling me that they do want Philippine coffee. They do want Philippine coffee in their shelves. They want to serve it. And again, the issue is availability. But we are working on that. I promise you, we're working on that. It's not going to be a problem in the future, I hope. No, we're doing our best to make sure that it will be here. And it will be sent if you make it a center or a central to your business. I assure you, with at least 550,000 Filipinos in Los Angeles alone and 950,000 in Southern California, 1.3 million in our jurisdiction. That alone, you have a base clientele who will be looking for the coffee that you'll be serving. So I don't know how that amounts in dollars, but I think that's, come on. I don't know what else to tell you. If you can't do the math, that means it's just too much money. That's what I say. So I hope you understand why we are passionate about this. And as we say here, you need to join the revolution. Join the revolution. Join us in promoting Philippine coffee and having Philippine coffee in your coffers. Make sure that we will make sure that you are supported all the way. We're not going to be leaving you in the wind. We will be here to support your business and make sure that you grow with us. As you support us, we will be supporting you as well. Ferd, I think you're in mute.
I was gonna say that, Consul Maynard, Trade Commissioner Eric, I appreciate both of you. I appreciate both of you for being here, and I'm excited because you guys just came from there. I'm sure your mind was completely blown by all the opportunities there. So why don't I bring up our next guest so he can talk about from his perspective the what the Anaheim Coffee Fest was all about, but also his story and his journey. So I want to give him plenty of time to be able to tell his journey so far, because we can talk all about that. Audie was talking about his personal preference. Me, I know enough about coffee to be dangerous, and you guys know all about the backstory. But this guy lives, breathes coffee. So our next guest, I would like to bring him up. But before we do that,
That's
let me go ahead and bring up the supporters of Emporium. Let me take a quick break. But guys, thank you so much. Just stay in the green room, and then we'll try to bring everybody up. Okay. There he is. All right, guys.
all right.
In green room. All right, guys. Before we go to the next segment, let's go ahead and take a quick break. One of the supporters of Emporium, I'd like to, sometimes if you want to buy products from the Philippines, right? If you want to buy products from the Philippines and you don't know how to pay for it, this next, collaborative partners of ours, this is the way to go. And here they are.
Libre remittance at mataas na exchange rate? With Bayani Pay, mas secure na, mas mura pa. Ang Bayani Pay ay bank-to-bank transfer na walang middleman, kaya mas maaasahan. Sa registration, kailangan lang mag-scan ng ID at mag-selfie para sure na ikaw talaga yan. At pag nag-connect ka na ng bank account, huwag kang mag-alala dahil di namin ini-store ang bank details mo. Sigurado na darating ang remittance mo dahil kumpleto ang information ng iyong recipient. Remit na with Bayani Pay!
Hello, everybody. You are watching the last part of the Philippine Coffee Revolution San Diego, the backstory. For those who missed us, you can go watch this on YouTube and our Facebook, also live. But thank you for those who stuck around and continue to watch. Thank you so much for that. But without further ado, we've already had some amazing guests, and it even gets better. We saved, all these guys will go, what do you mean save the best for last? I'd like to think this next gentleman is the one who is the most passionate about Philippine coffee. And if you see him in person, he's full of energy, full of, motivation, and full of just a lot of, he's like Mr. Coffee. I'm going to call him Mr. Baracco. I don't know if he wants that, that title, but I'm going to call him that now. But anyway, without further ado, let me go ahead and bring up the founder and the coffee roaster specialist of the Teofilo company, a U.S.-based company here in Southern California. Let me go ahead so he can tell us all about the journey that he's had with the Anaheim Coffee Fest, his journey with running Teofilo Coffee Company, and the potential of Philippine Baracco, Philippine coffee, and especially Baracco. So let me go ahead and bring up Mr. Ron Dizon himself. Mr. Ron Dizon. How are you, sir? You're on mute. Let me see. There you
Oh,
go. Yeah, there
I
you
was gonna
go.
say, I do agree with your comment in the end about saving the best for last because it's true though. You know what I mean? That's why. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
it is
Yeah.
true. You know what? We took too much away from the time already. So why don't you just do freestyle? You know how we talked about coffee. You just let the unleash your Baracco-ness into the audience. Okay, here you go.
Yeah, I think what we want as a whole, that's why we all came together, right? Like I feel like we've built a kind of a Marvel super team for changing what the landscape of Filipino coffee could do for our country, right? And I've always been in the biggest belief because like I said, historically, 200 plus years, we have quality coffee, and it's not about quantity, it's all about quality. And that's why, Teofilo Coffee has been always promoting and showing up to events like the Anaheim Coffee Fest because it's not, it's fact. Like what we're doing right now, it's been in our history, and we've been a resilient country, from what we've came from and what we're doing right now. We're winning. Like we're at LA Coffee Fest, we're at Anaheim Coffee Fest, we're at every event, showing up every single time and showing and proving that our coffee is the best, and we can say that proudly. And I think people should respect that. Even the coffee society should respect it. So that's why I do it. That's why I'm passionate. And before coffee, I love my people first. So that's why I do it.
I know you probably have a lot more to say, but what did you see? Let's go to Anaheim Coffee Fest because at the end of the day, we want to paint a picture to all the Philippine manufacturers, the suppliers, that coffee and even coffee related products could actually do well in the US market. What is the market? Let's talk maybe a few minutes about what do you think the market is looking for, Ron, as far as coffee is concerned, and how do you think Philippine coffee fits in there?
Well, I think they touched, like, obviously the consul generals have obviously studied this as well as I have, and they see we can play into our kind of our weakness, right? Where we have these four coffees of like species available, Liberica and Excelsa, and we're talking about single digits in the world of coffee, right? Arabica's being 60, Robusta's being 40%, Excelsa's being 7%, and Liberica being 2%. And I would say that, yeah, just the people's reaction when they tasted the nitro cold brew Barako that we have serving at the Anaheim Coffee Fest and the Excelsa that we have at the Coffee Fest, you get that perspective. I wish everyone could see that, and it's like it's mind blowing to see. And these are the farmers. I wish they could see their product is here and people love the product. Like I honestly think we're gonna win this cold brew fest. And look, besides where the coffee is coming from, we know coffee is 90% of this world consumption, probably even higher now. So marketing something that is exclusivity as Filipino coffee, I think that's easy. If you want to market that, look, I'm a successful business at 7 years when no one was really looking at it, right? Or maybe they were, but I believe in our people, like I said.
Ron, when it comes to that, let's hover a little bit about that, dig deeper, just a few more minutes about your journey. And because what we're trying to do is that in this supply chain, we're trying to show that, okay, if you decide you want to sell this in your business, it's, you don't have to worry about sustainability because everybody talks about that. Oh my God, you're not going to have coffee, there's beans, whatever. I mean, that's possible. And the thing is that we're always improving on that. But the fact that you built a business, and we're talking about 2 locations in a nice sized warehouse, and the amount of time that you've done pretty good for yourself. So with that being said, I mean, pretty good. I said pretty good. The IRS is now watching. It's all right. But at the end of the day, what I'm just saying is that it's a viable business. So whether you want to have your own coffee place or you want to have Philippine coffee as if you're a bakery shop owner. Talk about that aspects of it so they know that you're actually selling the stuff and you're doing okay. You're doing, retail as well as other stuff with the coffee. So you can touch a little bit about that. Maybe this is our time to encourage people to want to have, Philippine coffee in their places. So go ahead and talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I just want to shout out to the farmers, the coffee farmers out there. If you guys are looking to push the product, I will sell that coffee for you here. I guarantee your coffee has a home here, and we'll make sure it finds a good home. And as far as products, we carry all 4 species at our shop. We roast them here locally in Orange County, and at our warehouse, it's open, to public for wholesale. And that for us has been really keeping us up, as well as the cafe sales, and incorporating some of the products that complement our coffee, like our baked goods, ube, our gelato, our flavors like ube lattes, the pandans, and the babinka, so things that growing up Filipino, Mount Milo, which is like Filipino mocha. So just things that, that we miss from home, and that's what we want to create for people, is that experience and the portal to come back home. You don't have to go far. You literally have to just go to Los Alamitos and we'll take you there.
Again, I wanted to, since we're coming into the latter part of the hour, I want to go ahead and bring up the rest of the gentlemen. But okay, so for this event, what can people, obviously, if you watch it live stream, the bad part, okay, you get to see everyone, but the bad part of it is that that's the good part, but the bad part is you don't get to taste the coffee. So tell us about, in your own words, what are you expecting this Saturday in San Diego for people? What are you going to do for the people that will attend this event Saturday?
We'll serve the best Filipino coffee that you guys ever tasted. And for people that remember what Filipino coffee tastes like back home, you ain't got to go that far. It's here. It's been here. So hope you guys are ready. And for the ones that are virtually seeing it, sorry, you're going to miss out. But hey, you could order it online anytime you want. You can get
it. Yeah. Well, I'll just put the camera right close to the coffee so you can enjoy it. Because like I said,
television.
If you're not a coffee lover, okay, you're gonna go whatever. But if you really love coffee, all kidding aside, then you want to go ahead and go to the San Diego event, and I'm gonna flash the address on the screen if you want to go, or you can just reach out to me and helloemporium@gmail.com, or just go to Emporium, messages on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or Teofilo Coffee, any of these guys, or the consulate office. At the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. So I'm going to bring back the rest of the guys and have somebody say goodbye to everyone, and then maybe their last effort to invite everyone to go to the event. So let me go ahead and bring them up all at the same time. Eric, where did Consul go? There you go, Consul Maynard. So we're going to go ahead and take this last minute or last couple of minutes to have your say, your last word, and let's go ahead and invite some people, especially in San Diego. I know you guys invited some people, so if you guys want to do some sort of a shout out or whatever, please do that so now before we go ahead and end the show.
I'll go ahead. Go ahead first. I would like to invite everyone to join us at our coffee tasting event, Philippine Coffee Revolution in San Diego, National City. You can see the address here. We'll send the flyer also. We'll show the flyer also. This event is really for all coffee lovers. Everyone who wants to have this product in their coffee shops, restaurants, or any establishment that they may have, you would want to hear what we have to say. And I don't want to say it's a sure thing, but this is as sure as it can get as a product. Because, again, what we are offering is a complete support system. Okay? It's not just coffee promotion. It's a coffee support system that we will be giving you. I didn't even say everything that I wanted to say in this broadcast, in this live stream. But if you come on Saturday, we can discuss more, and I can explain better why I say that this is a complete support system. And if you do hear me on Saturday, I 100% believe that we will be able to convince you that this is a sure thing. So, to everyone out there, join the revolution.
Eric, you want to say something about and maybe inviting some people to go, the people that you have, because I know that you also are very involved in a lot of the chambers, and we would like to maybe send out a word to the chambers of commerce that are in San Diego or any Filipino organization that might want to support the event, and not just support, but also maybe take part in the coffee tasting, and then maybe spread the word to the businesses in San Diego.
Yeah, so join us this Saturday. You have the details of the event flashing on the screen. We would also have all of this, posted in our social media and shared online. But don't take my word for it. I would rather take my cue from the last speaker, Ron. Ron is a businessman, and very few businessmen would share their secrets. But I think Ron is saying this with confidence because he knows that the market is really big. Market is big enough for all of us, and then all of the other cafes to come in. We have an underserved population of 4.2 million Filipino Americans in the U.S. And if it's just Ron, I'm not sure how big he has to grow to supply to all of this. So don't take my word for it. Take it from Ron. So see you guys on Saturday.
Ron,
I just think I'm confident. Look, I got the support of the embassy behind me, so and that means that's the whole country. So I ain't worried. If you guys aren't joining the revolution, I'm sorry, you're missing out. If you're not investing as hard as we do in this business, so
no pressure, buddy. No pressure.
Yeah. Hey, no. Council Maynard said it, man. It's recorded. It's gonna be on YouTube. Eric supports us. Council Maynard, Audi, like we got this. So everyone join now,
gentlemen. I want to thank you again. So my sort of invitation to everybody is that, again, I'm a big fan of saying awareness, which what we're doing right now, but please support it, because at the end of the day, it's not just about creating businesses, but it's all obvious. Well, that's too, but I'm saying it's more like, let's put the Philippines on the map as far as the coffee, because it deserves that, just like what Ron's trying to do. And at the same time, we're uplifting the country. So in many ways. And I say that in a positive attitude. I'm not asking for somebody to look at the Philippines and go, oh yeah, let's go help out. No, Philippines is, I think, doing well for itself, but it just needs just that much more awareness and create more encouragement, because I am so encouraged by all the different things happening with the Philippines, as far as not just politics, but not necessarily politics, just that, but also celebrities, the athletes that are making a mark. I mean, why don't we make, ingredients or stuff like, Barako be something that we can put on the map and be proud of also. So, because I think that there's a lot of people in the Philippines, in the US already, that enjoy good coffee, and why not really introduce that and create opportunities for them. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Hey, I know you guys got plenty of time, plenty of things to do. Ron, I'm going to say goodbye to you. Eric, Elnar, Maynard, Council Maynard, thank you so much for appearing. So I'm going to tell you guys bye-bye. I'll talk to you guys later. And again, thank you for showing up, and say goodbye to everybody.
And I'm Coffee Fest.
Everyone, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'm about to tell you is that I'm flashing the screen on the screen, the address of the event. So if you are interested in going to that event, please go do that. Go to the event this coming Saturday. It's going to be a coffee tasting event. So it's not about talking. It's going to be a lot about coffee tasting. So for all those who watched, thank you so much. I want to go ahead and acknowledge Global Business Impact. I want to acknowledge Ria Ivy Villahermosa from Cebu, Philippines, for watching. And there's probably a lot more people that are watch, but they're too bashful to go say anything. And then again, say hello to November, who's watching from Home Organic PH Plantville Health. She makes Philippine cinnamon cocoa sugar. So with that being said, guys, I'm about to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you continue to watch and support Emporium. Our next show, we're trying out a new format. We've got a new host this coming Saturday. His name is Ralph Santos. He created a company called Kahoy Collection, and this has been around for a while. He manufactures sunglasses made from bamboo, some parts of it, and he's going to host his own show. He's going to talk about retailing. He's going to talk about maybe encouraging a lot more Philippine products to come into the U.S. market with some of his suggestions. So with that being said, guys, thank you. And let me see if there's anybody else who, and then Teresa, excited to see Coffee Revolution project in San Diego. And I guess pretty much that's it. I'm going to say goodbye here, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.